Welcome to the first in a series of 4 videos, which go over how to use the Advanced Employee Permissions feature. My goal in this video is to give you an overview of how this feature works. Before we get started, I just want to point out what your account needs to use this feature. It's likely your account is ready to go, but if not, this is what you'll need to get started. You're going to need to have SuitePeople Core HR available on your account, and of course, you'll need to have the Advanced Employee Permissions feature enabled. So what is Advanced Employee Permissions? This feature is going to allow you to control which fields on the employee record are available to the role based on the permissions. The feature supports 5 permission templates, which you can customize. I'll go into detail about each permission later in this video. Because this feature changes the way employee information is exposed to users, and it extends to all parts of NetSuite, you should test this feature in a sandbox account before you enable it in a production account. Also, you should only enable this feature if you are an administrator who has a thorough understanding of NetSuite. I highly recommend checking out the NetSuite Help Center to get a better understanding of how access to the employee record, using different contexts, changes when the Advanced Employee Permissions feature is enabled. For example, this includes how access to the employee record changes through searches, reports, and SuiteScript. When this feature is enabled, you still have access to the previous employee's permission that gives you access to everything on the employee record. And you have access to the 4 new permission templates. Let's take a closer look at each of these permissions. The employee self-permission is automatically added to the standard employee center role at access level view when the feature is enabled. This permission gives users with this role access to view relevant information about themselves on their employee record. This information can be accessed from the My Profile link on the Employee Center. It includes a predefined set of fields and sublists that it exposes. Some examples of the fields exposed are home phone, supervisor, and passport number. Exposed sublists include time off and compensation tracking. The employee public permission is intended for all employees and is automatically added to all standard roles at access level view. Users that have a role with this permission can view basic employee information for all active, non-terminated employees. This permission includes a predefined set of fields and sublists that it exposes on the employee record. That includes only non-sensitive information. For example, office phone and employee ID fields are exposed, as well as the subordinate sublist. The third permission, Employee Confidential, is intended for manager roles and is automatically added to the Employee Center role and all standard manager roles. It's given at access level view. A user assigned to a role with this permission can view public and confidential information for their direct reports and anyone below. In addition to the employee public fields and sublists, users assigned with a role that has the employee confidential permission have access to information that only a manager should see, such as education and employee status. Employee administration is intended for HR generalists and HR administrators in your company. This permission is not automatically assigned to any roles when the feature is enabled. It'll have to be manually added. In addition to the employee public fields and sublists, this permission gives access to a limited set of fields and sublists based on the class, department, location, or with NetSuite OneWorld subsidiary that the role is responsible for. For a complete list of the fields and sublists exposed with each permission, check out the NetSuite Help Center. Roles can be assigned a combination of these permissions, and you can also customize the Advanced Employee Permissions to fit the requirements of the roles in your company. I'll be going over this in the next video in this series. Let's do a quick recap of what we just went through. With Advanced Employee Permissions enabled, you still have access to the standard employee permissions. You'll also have access to 5 permission templates. This includes employees, employee self, employee public, employee confidential, and employee administration. Also, each of these permissions are automatically assigned to standard NetSuite roles, except for the employee administration permission. You can assign a combination of these permissions to a role, and you can customize them to include all or a set of standard or custom fields and sublists from the employee record. And you've just finished part 1 in this series. To get a complete picture of advanced employee permissions, I recommend watching the next 3 videos in this series. I hope this video has helped give you a better understanding of the advanced employee permissions feature. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.